Twisty's Storytime Adventures. Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventures. Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventures. Here comes Mr. Twisty.
Hi there, friends! I'm Mr. Twisty, coming your way with stories and laughter for you every day, from my treehouse on the ground where the fun never ends with magic and balloons and stories. Let's be best friends, with jokes that'll delight, sometimes, and magic tricks too. Each day brings new wonder and joy just for you. Adventures await with each turn of the page. Come join the excitement, no matter your age. We'll twist up some fun with balloons of all shapes, and dive into stories through forests and lakes. Creativity's key in all that we do. So let's get started. There's so much to do. Hi, friends. Welcome back to another Storytime adventure. I love hanging out with you every week, and I am so happy to see you again. Are you ready for another fun adventure together? Oh no, here it comes. I can feel some seriously cheesy jokes brewing. Hey, where do TVs go on vacation? Remote islands. Why couldn't the flower ride its bike to school? Its pedals were broken. What do you call a boat with a big hole at the bottom? A sink. I have to stop. I have a show to do. Have you ever heard of type 1 diabetes? Maybe you know someone with type 1 diabetes, or maybe you. I have heard of it before. I have friends who have insulin pumps, but I never thought that much about it. And I never thought about how having an insulin pump might make me wonder about how people would see me. I know that anything that makes us feel different can make us feel like we stand out in a way that we wish we didn't. What do you get when you cross a girl with type 1 diabetes and a magical butterfly? This week's story, Mia and the Magical Butterfly by Brianne Brooks.
Once upon a time, there lived a curious girl named Mia. One day, Mia had so many questions that her search for answers led to a magical discovery. It all began one evening when Mia was in her bedroom looking at pictures. I wish I could be as pretty as these girls. Mia sighed as she began to wonder if she would ever feel beautiful. Glancing down at her insulin pump, Mia wondered if she would be the only kid in school with type 1 diabetes. Her classmates were curious, and Mia sometimes had to explain how she used her insulin pump. It made her feel as though she was different from them. Mia looked outside her bedroom window in time to see a shooting star dart across the night sky. Leaning on her windowsill, she gazed at the twinkling stars and sighed. I don't know what I want to be when I grow up. Mia thought about all the wonderful things she could be, but wasn't sure how. Mia let out a big yawn, curled up in bed with her diary. Grabbing a pink pen, Mia wrote, "Sometimes choosing friends feels like being lost in a maze and figuring out the right path. What makes someone a good friend?" she pondered. Mia closed her diary, shut her eyes, and began to think about how her family had laughed at her sister's jokes during dinner. Mia wondered if she could ever be as funny as her sister. Did she have any unique talents? This thought floated through her mind as she fell asleep. The next morning, Mia got ready for school. She dug through her closet, tossing her clothes around as if they were parts of a tricky puzzle she couldn't solve. Mia often felt that her clothes weren't pretty enough compared to those her classmates wore. Mia sat in the middle of her bedroom floor, frustrated by all her thoughts. She felt uncertain about herself, her choices, and even her abilities. All of a sudden, a beaming light shone through Mia's bedroom. Mia gasped because she had never seen a light shine that bright. Then, something magical happened. Mia saw a beautiful butterfly fluttering through her bedroom window. The butterfly gently landed on her shoulder. It looked at Mia with sparkly eyes and said, "Hello, Mia. I've been watching you. I heard you have many questions about yourself." Mia didn't say a word. She couldn't take her eyes off the butterfly's shimmering wings. Amazed, Mia listened as the butterfly continued to speak. "Take a moment. Think deeply. I want you to tell me everything about yourself that makes you special," the butterfly said. After thinking for a while, Mia replied with a soft smile. "I know I'm brave, smart, special, loved, honest, kind, and a good friend." Mia's voice grew stronger and louder with each "I am" statement. With each declaration, she felt her confidence growing. "I know I belong," she said with a big smile, standing tall and proud in front of the mirror. The magical butterfly's eyes twinkled. "I always knew these things about you." Mia was confused. "Why didn't you tell me sooner?" she asked. The butterfly replied, "You wouldn't have believed me." In awe of this magical moment, Mia reached out her hand. The butterfly gently landed on her finger. Its wings continued to shine, casting a rainbow around them. Mia felt a powerful sense of happiness she hadn't felt in a long time. She asked the butterfly, "How did you become so confident?" The butterfly chuckled and said, "I used to be just like you, Mia." Then the butterfly told Mia its story. It had once been a tiny caterpillar that felt sad because it had no wings and couldn't fly. Although its friends reassured it, the caterpillar didn't believe them until it finally chose to believe in itself, gaining confidence and growing wings. Like magic, it transformed into the most beautiful butterfly it had ever imagined. Remember, Mia, on those tough days when you feel angry or sad, the butterfly said, believe in yourself just as I did. Reach for the sky and watch your magic soar up high. With that, the butterfly fluttered away. Mia smiled and waved goodbye. Mia glanced at the clock and realized it was time for school. She slung her backpack over her shoulder, remembering the butterfly's words. At that moment, Mia decided to do her best and believe in herself. Before she left, she glanced in the mirror and told herself, "You are beautiful." Throughout the day, Mia felt happy, so she did it again the next day, and the next, and the next. Although some days were harder than others, she never gave up. Like the butterfly, Mia began to love herself. And so, under the watchful eyes of the magical butterfly, an incredible journey began. Mia discovered that when she believed in herself, she could become the best version of herself, just like the magical butterfly that grew wings and learned to fly. Now, young reader, if the magical butterfly came to visit you, what would you share with it? What are the things about yourself that make you special? Remember, you are just as unique as Mia, and much magic is inside you, waiting to be discovered. Mr. Twisty's Storytime Adventure is brought to you by Birthday Buddy, the magical birthday countdown companion, like Elf on a Shelf, but making birthdays magical. For more information, visit MrTwisty.com.
I really like that story. If you did too, with your parents' permission, you can learn more at the link below in the description. What did you like about today's story? I really liked that just like a butterfly transforms from a caterpillar to a butterfly, I think Mia did an awesome job in her own transformation. Instead of thinking about what makes her different, she learned to focus on thinking about what makes her special. Sure, she had an insulin pump and often had to tell kids why or explain how they work, but while that made her feel different, she realized that what made her feel special was that she is smart, loved, honest, kind, and a good friend. When she focused on those things, she had what grown-ups call self-confidence and felt like her best self ever. Hey, where do butterflies go for fun? Mothballs! What floats like a butterfly and stings like a bee? Nothing. How do butterflies gather? Insects. Did you know that butterflies taste with their feet? They have built-in straws for eating. They cannot fly when it gets cold, and butterflies never sleep. Uh-oh, wait for it. I feel some serious silly coming on. My sister once threw butter out of her window. My parents asked her why. She said she wanted to see a butterfly. What looks like half of a butterfly? The other half? What does a chatty caterpillar become? A social butterfly! That was so bad it was good. But today's story was awesome, wasn't it? In today's story, Mia and the Magical Butterfly, there was a beautiful butterfly. So I thought I would make you a balloon animal butterfly today. All right, friends, I have to go now, but let's meet up again next week right here in my treehouse. You want me to go on? You want more bad jokes? Wait, what? No? Oh, okay. Well, next week I promise a whole lot more of everything that made today special. I hope you'll join us again next week for another Mr. Twisty Storytime adventure. See you next week.
Mr. Twisty Storytime Adventure. Mr. Twisty Storytime Adventure. Mr. Twisty Storytime Adventure. So much fun with Mr. Twisty.